Hey everyone, and welcome to my June Recent Reads wrap up. In amongst the heatwave and trying to survive that heatwave, I read some really good books in June, so let's talk about them. I'm going to start with my encrypted book of the month, and that is That Ain't Witchcraft, and this one is the 8th book in the series, if I remember rightly. It's either the 7th or the 8th. Either way, it's about midway through the series, and I love this one once again. I won't give away too many details about this one specifically, because obviously it is the middle of the series, and I don't want to be giving away spoilers, but what I will say is that this series as a whole is about the Price family, who are essentially the Addams family if the Addams family were cryptozoologists, and that kind of gives you an idea as to what this series is about. And this book itself was so much fun once again. It is dealing with topics of sorcery, crossroad demons, as well as the consequences of that, which I absolutely loved. I also loved all of Antimony, our main character's friends, in here as well. I especially loved the new character we got to meet in here, and once again it activated the Price family adoption thing, where basically they meet people who are either down on their luck or don't come from very good home lives or anything else, and if they've got something sort of like cryptid or magical about them, the Price will meet these people and then just go, you're coming home with me, you're my new sibling. And now I can't wait to see him in later books as well, so I really love that. And I also really love the short story in here as well that went back to Antimony's older brother Alex and what's going on with him, his girlfriend, and also the Gorgons. I loved all of that. I also loved how it actually had a character that crossed over from Antimony's story into Alex's story, which I really enjoyed as well. And overall this was a fantastic time and I absolutely loved it once again. I also read Hungerstone by Kat Dunn, and this is actually a gothic retelling of Carmilla, and I really love this one. I'm not the biggest gothic sort of genre reader, to be perfectly honest with you, so I was a little bit nervous going into this one because it's a genre I'm not really used to and not really gravitating towards that often, but I absolutely loved this one. It was filled with female rage and anger and revenge, which I really enjoyed. It was also sort of filled with that creeping dread, which I really loved as well, and it was a fantastic time. I do not want to give away anything more than that, to be perfectly honest with this one, because I feel like it's good to go into without much knowledge. But if you are a vampire fan, if you love like the gothic genre, you definitely need to be giving this one a go. It is fantastic. I also read Darker by Four by June C.L. Tan, and this one is the perfect mix of K-pop demon hunters with Shadowhunter universe, but based in Chinese diaspora, and I really enjoyed those elements of it. I thought they were all done really well and wove together really interestingly as well, and I had a really good time with this one while I was reading it. And then the final book I read before I go into the comics, and I apologise right now if I'm going a little bit quickly, it's just the fact that it's very hot right now and I do not want to be on camera too much in case my phone overheats, so apologies if I'm going a little bit quick here. But the final book I did read this month before I go into the comics was HMRC by Juno Dawson, which was a reread for me, and once again this was fantastic. The witchy contemporary fantasy vibes were brilliant. I loved the discussions this had around transphobia and everything else. I thought that was done very sensitively and very well. The storyline, the plot twists, the stuff I was picking up the second time round that I did not pick up the first time round was absolutely fascinating, and it was a really fun time once again. I loved being back in this world. And then as for the comics I read, I obviously read the next one in Doctor Strange by Derek Landy and absolutely loved it once again. Again, I don't want to be giving away any kind of detail on this one because it's an ongoing series, but I really loved it. I then also read Alan Heinberg's Young Avengers and really loved this one as well. The first volume, Sidekicks, was actually a reread for me, but the second volume, Family Matters, was actually brand new to me, but I loved both of them equally. I thought they were a fantastic introduction to the Young Avengers as a team. I really enjoyed their dynamics with each other and seeing them slowly come together, and also seeing the adults like Captain America and Iron Man and Jessica Jones like reacting to them and being like, no, you are children, you need to stop, and the kids going, absolutely not, we're going to carry on. I really love those details in it and those dynamics in here, and it was a really, really fun time, and I loved being with these characters again after so many years being without them. And then finally, I also want to mention World Tree Volume 2 by James Tynion, and this is actually a sort of sci-fi horror type thing about the Undernet, which is a sort of like secretive other world that's trying to get into our world via the internet, and we're following people trying to stop it. And this was very complicated but a lot of fun to read. I don't want to give away any kind of details once again because it would be spoilers. I apologise, this video seems to be full of me avoiding spoilers, so apologies for that, but this was a lot of fun. The artwork in here is fantastic. Let me see if I can find a bit that's not... There we go. There's something that isn't covered in blood or anything else because this series is very, very bloody and gory in places, and obviously I don't want to be triggering anyone if they don't want to be seeing blood, but I did love the artwork in here. I love the dual timelines in here and thought it was fantastic once again from James Tynion. And that is everything I wanted to mention in this very, very quick wrap up. Again, I apologise I didn't go into too much detail. It's just because I wanted to avoid spoilers for a lot of these, and I knew if I talked about them more I would be giving away spoilers, which obviously isn't fair. And also it is quite hot today and I didn't really want to be talking for too long in case my phone overheated, which it has done already at one point this week. So apologies for how quick this was, but despite that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me what your favourite book you read in June was. I would love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a vampire emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out, or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!